In this video, we're going to show you some shortcut commands that when you're typing in the text boxes of Classpad.net, you can make your text stand out. So bold, underline, italicize, those types of things. So on the left here, we have a list of commands. Now these are all if you're on a PC or, a computer. If you're using a Mac, basically just replace anytime you see control with command, and you should get the same situation. So you can do this before you start typing something or after. So for example, let's say I want this command up here to be bold, to stand out. So Control-B, I can highlight it. So notice I'm in my text box, and if I highlight it and then hit Control-B, and we're using our computer keyboard, that's assumed that whatever device you're on, you're using the keyboard associated with that. And so notice that I did it after the fact. I did Control-B after I highlighted, but you can also do it before the fact. So let's make something be underlined and italicized. So I'm going to hit Control-I for italicized and Control-U for underlined. And so now I'm going to start typing once I did that. So I must have also hit the caps. And let's turn that off. So again, no matter, you can do these commands whether you do it before you start typing or after. So highlighting and then doing the command. Now, the difference being when you do it before and you're typing, it's going to continue to do italicized or bold or underlined or whatever it is you chose until you turn it off. So if I don't want the next thing I type to be underlined or italicized, I need to basically do these commands again. So Control-U to turn off underline and Control-I to turn off italicize. And now I have normal text. So that's really all these commands are doing. Let's scroll down and just type something real quick. And so what do these next commands do? So if I hit home, which is on my keyboard of my computer, and so I'm going to hit home. You can't see me doing it, but I'm hitting home, and that takes me back to the beginning of a line. If I hit Control Home, that's going to take me to the top of the text. So if you want to move around, if you have a lot of text, you want to move around, that's one way to do it. Control End button will take me to the end of my text, end of my line. If I do Control End again, there we go. So all of these are shortcuts. So if I do Control X, it's going to cut so if I select this and do Control X, that whole section. So you do have to select for this Control X. If I want to copy something, so let's say I select that, I do Control C, and then I move down to a different location, and now Control V, it's going to paste what I copied. Oh, I must have copied the wrong thing. So it's going to paste that. So if I wanted to do it again, I don't think I hit Control C. Control C, and now let's move down and do Control V, and there it is. So these are, most people are used to Control C and Control V. Now, when you're in math type, there's a couple things that are also apparent. So I'm going to hit math type while I'm here. So math type in any text box is this little square root of alpha. So let's go here, square root of alpha. It gives me math type. And when math type, notice you do get a keyboard. And this keyboard, you could, type words into your math thing. But this is a great way if you really are typing directions and you want actual math, so you want the fractions to show up, so you can use your templates. Notice there's lots of different templates that you can use, but some of the things that are not in the template, let's just close that for a minute. Let's say you want to do the log of I don't know, just a superscript, so y, and I want it to be y1 and y2, right? There is no template, you'll notice. There's a template for superscript, but there isn't one for subscript. So this shortcut here, when you're in math type, is to hit Shift and the dash button, and that will make a subscript. So now I could put in y2 or y1, whatever it is I'm looking for. So that's just something that's not a template on here. The subscript, when you're in math type, you're going to hit Shift dash. Another couple things, if you're just typing and you don't want to have to, find the times or the division or any of these on the computer, there are shortcuts that you can use your computer's keyboard. So if you wanted to, the equal sign is going to be the equal sign on your keyboard or here. But now let's say I want to do 8 times. Instead of having to go into this keyboard and hit the times button, I could just hit Shift 8 and it will put the time symbol in for me. And then we can hit enter. And so same thing here. If I hit the backward slash on my keyboard, it's going to do a division template. So let me show you what that looks like. If I hit 4 and then the slash sign, it makes a fraction for me. So just some shortcuts, because sometimes it's faster than using the built-in math template keyboard. It's nicer to use your computer keyboard to do these. So these are the list of shortcuts that you can use while you're typing text or doing math type. And this is true, the math type shortcuts are true also if you go into graph and you are creating an equation sticky. You can notice it's the same keyboard, so these same shortcuts will work here if you need a superscript or a subscript.